And
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Welcome to the Cam Shenanigans podcast,
You mean Shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about Shenanigans, right?
where Mike, Trent, and Zach, and a guest will debate all things automotive.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Make sure to check out Cam Automag on all the social medias at Cam Automag. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
Hello. We're here. We're doing stuff. What it is, we don't know. Welcome to the Shenanigans, everybody. We were blessed in the pre-roll by the one, the only, the shadowy billionaire himself.
Mm-hmm.
But then he had to go do parenty things. So, you know, he had to go watch his real children.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Mm-hmm. I am Mike. I have work friends now. Like 3 people at work, 4 people in total follow me at work on Instagram, including our chief technical officer. So
hell yeah.
that's fun.
Very good.
Yeah. I also have 2 burgers.
Ooh.
Yep. So there we go. And I also did not spend a good chunk of my day trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the legacy when I get my hands on it.
Attaboy.
Indeed. I am joined by 90s rental car enthusiast and man about town, Professor Dave Raleigh.
Ahoy hoy. I have a tart from Neaters.
Oh, you fancy bitch.
It's from the one around the corner from Zach's place, even.
Hey.
Oh, hot damn. And he's coming to us in glorious 1080p, and we can actually see the fucking artwork.
I was going to say, look at that.
God, he's got the most professional setup of the lot of us. Except he's got a 3D printer delicately balanced on something that looks rickety.
It's a do not pass sign.
Okay, it's Zach.
And
I love how
food.
it gets really quiet and you could just hear that 3D printer just moving in the background.
There we go.
They sell the oh shit, my focus is all fucked up. I have
They got the
Look at
Lucky Charms treats things.
yeah, they're really good.
Hey, the struggle is real, okay? I get it.
Hey, man.
Yours just changes the exposure, doesn't he actually refocus?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Rebel T5. It's not a T5i.
Yeah. I've changed up my setup a little bit here. I'm now running off of the Beige Beauty. For those who don't know, the Beige Beauty was a very nice computer case made in about 1995.
Hey.
Sweet.
And it was
love
probably
those.
white at one point, and now it is beige.
Mm.
And so now, hopefully, I won't have any more potato quality. Also, because my Mac is running, my $1,000 MacBook is running a $200 printer because the SD card is broken on the printer, and it's the only way I can make the printer run.
That sounds about right. That tracks for us.
Yeah. Oh, and it's also being held together by the most dainty little USB cable, because it's one of those USB-B cables that you'd use in like a 2004 camera, like point and shoot.
Oh, baby. Nothing but
And-
the peak technology over there.
And it is actually casually taped to the bottom of the MacBook, so it doesn't move anywhere. Yeah, we're living with high standards today.
Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ. So you're saying that when I move in, the fact that I'm bringing multiple tables will be an upgrade?
Yeah, tables are nice. I like tables.
I'll totally let you borrow a table.
I would. Did you see the tables that were in my room?
I mean, yes. I saw a lot of shit in your room. I've seen into the inner sanctum, Dave.
I have 2 tables in my room, one of which is a bookshelf, or 2 bookshelves with no shelves in it, and a piece of wood over top of it. The other table is 2 nightstands with a piece of wood over top of it.
God.
You're really selling the bachelor lifestyle, Zach.
Oh, it's great. Hey, I got 2 tables and they cost me, I think the bookshelves for like $40 at IKEA.
God damn it, Zach.
Settle down,
Do you know what
baller.
else you can get for $40 at IKEA?
What?
A table.
No, this is okay. Okay,
You can get
hear me
several
out.
tables.
Hear me out. I am a tall person, and all the tables are too short, and I wanted a workbench. And so,
So,
do you
so
know
you
what?
wanted a workbench, not a table. There's a difference.
Fine. But I got two 36-inch or maybe 38-inch bookshelves, and it is perfect work height.
Okay.
Zach is the kind of guy that goes to a premier steakhouse and is pissed that there's not mac and cheese on the menu.
I want a fucking side of mac and cheese. What the fuck? Do you not? I want that and baked beans. And
Okay,
bring me at the
Old
A1
baked beans,
sauce.
Zach. Just slowly turn it into Rhett with every passing moment.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Rhett McLaughlin would be proud.
Tune in next week when we petition Lay's for a baked bean flavored potato chip.
Oh, I'm about it. I'm all about it.
Shit.
It'll be the best hybrid between Lay's and Bush's.
Oh yeah,
Oh. I bet they're owned by the same parent company at this point.
they have to be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no fucking way they're not.
Pepsi Cola owns Lay's.
Literally everything's owned by either Pepsi Cola, fucking
Nesquik or Nestle.
Nestle.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like Mars.
Johnson & Johnson Family Company.
Yeah, just like something that started off as like a chemical conglomerate, but is now making like mom's healthy baby food or some shit. And thermonuclear weapons, just like all under the same umbrella.
Lay's
surprisingly-
Bush's baked beans, brought to you by Lidman. Whoa.
What is it? Oscar Mayer Wieners brought to you by Lockheed Martin.
Lucky
you what.
Charms brought to you by Globodyne Defense Dynamics.
This is also really fun for me because I'm sitting over here watching this 3D printer, and it is like teetering on the edge of like almost fucking up.
Oh,
And it was taking me so long to get to the point where it's at now. So I'm just like, we're gonna waste the filament to try to get something because it's actually super cool. I know we're talking about cars, but what I'm building is actually super cool.
yeah.
It is a acoustically engineered 3D printed bookshelf speaker. So it is
Neat.
the enclosure that has all the passages that are acoustically tuned, and you put a little
Okay.
3-inch driver in it.
Hell yeah, that's tight.
And so
Speaking of glorious noises, Tread's trying to listen to us over the sound of children screaming.
well,
That, my friends. Go ahead, Zach.
I was like, isn't this the same thing?
Yeah,
I
pretty
thought they're
much.
interchangeable.
He's trying to listen to children screaming over the sound of children screaming.
That, my friends, is the sound. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Never mind. Fuck it.
It's all right. You got it in the air. You couldn't land it, but you got it in the air.
You tried, Dave, and that's more than I can do most days. I appreciate it.
All right, Rajim, it's time to learn how to land this plane. Oh, that is not necessary, my friend. But what goes up must come down. Oh, and again, not necessary, my friend.
Man.
So I had a funny work story today.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there in my truck because I have like a 2:00 meeting every day. I take in my truck because it's the only way to get out of the office. And so I'm sitting there, and I look over, and they're doing a bunch of construction in our facility. And so everyone's parking in different places because everyone kind of has their assigned parking. So it's where they're parked for the past 40 plus years because they've worked there since they were 18. But so everyone's kind of parking somewhere different now. And so I'm sitting there, and I look over. And there's this guy who has I believe it's a 10th gen Accord. It's the newest gen Accord.
Yeah, it's like 10th or 11th, yeah. Something like
Yeah, the newest gen. And he's got a Hondata sticker on it and a PRD sticker on it.
that. Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And so I'm look inside, and it's a 6-speed manual.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I figured out who owns it. So I go talk to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's just my little unicorn." I'm like, "Yeah, 6-speed in an Accord. That sounds like a unicorn to me." But he's got downpipes, header, or downpipes, charge pipes, fuel pump, intake, and a couple other things done as well too. And he's like, "I'm pushing about 400 horsepower."
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Well, we also have a guy on our site who has a Type R, the new Civic Type R.
Hey.
This thing smokes the Type R.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
A couple cars smokes.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
The new Accord will keep up with the new STI. They are insane.
Dude, yeah, like I've been saying it for a while, man. That Accord, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? The 8th gen, 9th gen, when like it was basically a TSX with just different bodywork.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, yeah, you can get your TSX. Like, you could do all the fun like Euro R stuff that you want to do, except this actually has a Honda badge on it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this 10th gen, like, they have, I mean, they had the option for that new 10-speed auto. That's insane as well. But I had the pleasure of turning one into a cop car for Idaho Falls.
Oh,
An unmarked. It was a brand new 21 turbo with the 10-speed auto.
interesting.
And off the record, that thing scoots pretty damn good.
I don't fucking doubt it, man.
The little 2-liter is just impressive.
Yeah,
you turn traction control off and like easily into 4th gear. It'll just burn them.
Huh.
oh, I
but-
bet.
My company, like I know Dave, if you two work at like automotive companies, so you guys got a lot of cool cars owned by owners. But for my place, I'm always surprised. Like, so like we got the dude that has the Type R, and he has like a couple Integras, a couple Subarus. His kid drives a TSX, I think, or TL, or I don't remember what it is. The fast 2-door.
Yeah, so Honda family.
Yeah. Then there's a guy who has like a kind of clapped out SRT4 Neon. There's a dude that has like an
SRT4 Neon, because they're all clapped out.
but it's that really cool like deep blue color, which I really like.
Yeah, that is man, those things were owned by terrible people and sold to even worse people, but they had some really cool fucking colors.
They did. Bright red, bright yellow. You can get them one orange,
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, God. Crying shame it turned into the Caliber.
And we don't talk about that.
Nope. Just like how
Oh, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I was about to say, just kind of like how there are only 3 Indiana Jones films and 1 Blues Brothers movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
We also got a guy that has Mazda 3, the Blackout Edition. Mazda 3 Turbo, the Black Edition.
Okay.
A gorgeous looking car. What else do we have? So we all know Todd Patterson, Vivint guy.
Sounds familiar.
Sure.
The guy that has the 918 Spider. He has like 2 of them. He has a Weissach edition and a non-Weissach edition.
Okay.
Okay.
He owns Vivint. He's the Vivint owner. His brother works for us.
Huh.
And he brings in this gorgeous what is it? The GS 1800, the giant BMW adventure bike that he bought like 2 weeks ago.
Oh boy.
All right. I dig those bikes. Those dual sports.
Yeah.
Those things are sick.
Oh, my printer is just wanting to murder me. Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh,
Well,
hold on.
Zach's gonna figure that out. I don't know. Mike, I've talked about some of the cool like customer or employee cars that we have at Integrated, but I mean, we got Damon, the chief technical officer, with his M2 that one night he got dragged by somebody, so he immediately went home and ordered bigger turbos.
Oh man.
Yeah. And the wild thing is, so it's a fucking nuts car, but it looks stock. So it's ready to party.
So when you're playing games and you think you've got the newer Beamer on the hook, we can call that the blue collar sleeper, right?
Oh yeah, the white collar sleeper, yeah.
The white collar sleeper, excuse me.
Yeah. Blue collar is what we're doing, Dave. That's what we're doing. White collar is for sure white collar. But,
yeah, blue collar sleepers are like diesel turbos on untuned NA motors.
Yeah, the blue collar sleeper is me and you in the fucking work van, just purging like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just hearing something spool and rattle.
Here we have a 1999 Econoline 350.
Dajiban!
No,
What the fuck is going on over here? Well, I'm about to put 600 shot down its throat. I don't know if it's gonna take it, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh no, we've got one of the like the Chevy vans with the LS in it. So it's just like, yeah, we're gonna gonna go ahead and get
Chevy
rid of
Express?
this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Just
Uh,
listen.
Just go
When
get
I-
the sloppy stage 1 cam and about 300 shot worth of nitrous.
Listen, we got some gnarly Borg Warner turbos just floating around. I'm sure we could put one or both or two of them on there and just really fuck somebody's night up.
Just take the passenger seat out, put a couple turbos into place.
There we go.
We when I was at Vivint, we drove like a 2014 Frontier, but all the bosses, they had the fucking Titan, the V8 Titans.
Uh-huh.
And like every time we would all line up at a light, he would, because they had GPS units in them, but you could get to 40 and stop. And so at every light, he would just show his dominance by getting to 40 the fastest.
Yes.
Every fucking light. I
Express
also
your-
learned with those trucks that the little GPS unit doesn't, the gyro isn't great on it. So when it's snowy, you can turn off traction control, and there's a lot of bed weight on those things, so you can really, really finesse them. I'm like fucking Tokyo drifting, fucking Initial D in and out like Draper communities with the little Vivid work truck.
We call
Oh.
that the old Tank Slapper Deluxe, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Why had a
man, that-
coworker behind me, and he was like, "What the fuck were you doing back there?" And I'm like, "Being safe and having fun.
Getting some, bud. What's up?
Don't fucking tell OSHA."
Oh, dude, when I was delivering pizzas in Draper with both the Legend and then the Subaru, oh man, that so much of Draper was still like being built, but they had like the roads kind of carved out and like roundabouts placed, but it was just dirt. So yeah, some people got to see me taking on a rally special stage with a pizza topper on.
I mean, you know what? So like the toppers, right? Like the pizza toppers, or like
Yeah.
like the Napa hats or whatever. You know, the rooftop advertisement needs to make a comeback. I think.
Oh god,
Right?
yeah.
I would love to see some shitty old Chevy Colorado spooling up and making test hits with a Napa hat on. You know, like that would,
Truly Nolan.
yeah, just make me so happy. Yeah,
Oh,
the little
God, yeah.
fucking mouse ears and shit.
Yeah. Holy
Oh
shit.
my God, weren't they on Frontiers and shit? Is that what they
yeah,
were?
like
Like Tacomas or whatever.
yeah, and then they went to like the little like Nissan nightmare hellscape things that Gavin had to drive at the flower shop.
Oh yeah, the little Nissan, the NV200s that were also
Yeah.
the Chevy City or whatever they called them.
Yeah, which
Literally a Nissan with the Chevy badge.
yeah, God, imagine my surprise. So the first time I visited my brother and his now wife, but then just fiance or then girlfriend. This was before they got engaged. Shit. Yeah, we were just like walking around some like man-made like lake in the little town in Delta, Colorado, and there's this old man back at a Chevy City up to a little boat ramp trying to get some diminutive little boat on the trailer.
Oh man,
Oh man, it was one of those.
fighting it every step of the way as well. I'm sure.
Like I offered to help, but I'm like, "Can I help you, sir? It looks like you're having some struggles." And he just said, "No, I'm fine, thank you."
I saw a video on TikTok the other day of this dude making fun of another guy with like a lifted ass Gladiator on like big ass tires and had a little jet ski trailer behind it. And there was a dude in swim shorts holding the trailer up and walking it back as they were backing it down the boat ramp.
Yeah.
And it's like, on one hand, I get it. Like, I've tried to back up tiny trailers with big trucks, and it sucks ass.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't see it. On the other hand, get good, noob.
For real. Like the only way you're gonna get better at it is if you fucking run over your own goddamn trailer once or twice.
Hey, man, you suck until you don't, am I right?
Exactly. You're gonna learn the hard lesson. You'll never forget it.
Yeah, that guy's
that
going to
didn't-
start showing up to the lake with his jet ski and a Harbor Freight trailer because he ran over the boat trailer too many times.
Oh, then he got me out here with my little Tacoma trying to pull a, almost 5,000-pound boat.
And we wonder why you need a clutch.
Shit.
It didn't slip a single goddamn time the entire event. I underestimated how tall fifth gear was and was doing 40 up the point of the mountain. But
Listen,
you pump it into third, she was fine.
she'll
I got this
fucking
thing up to
eat.
80. I got to
Sometimes
80.
you got to let the girl eat, man.
Yeah, man, just throw that bitch in third and let her eat.
Yeah. The better question, or better thing, is probably why I need like ball joints, drive line, and front differential. But you know,
Listen, that's. Oh, hey, Dave.
Yo.
Speaking of towing, does the Legacy have a trailer hitch?
It does not, but I see them in the junkyards often, so we
was
could
about-
definitely get you one.
I was about to say we need to get one, not because I actually intend on towing with it, but just for nostalgia's sake.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. 100%.
Oh God, yeah.
I think out of the 3 I've owned, I never had one.
Oh, you
Come
never
on.
had.
None of the 3 Supers I had a tow hitch, but the vehicle I owned that had the highest tow rating did. Do you guys want to guess which vehicle I owned that had the highest tow rating?
The Mustang.
No, the Mustang didn't have a hitch.
Ah, fuck.
It's got to be. It had to be that 3. Oh wait, it was the Jeep that I got off of you, wasn't it?
It was the Fleetwood.
The
Fleetwood.
no way.
7,500, yeah, 7,500
Dude.
pound tow rating.
And now it makes sense. I mean, that thing was essentially just like a full size truck with, you know.
I mean, God, it was a Silverado with leather.
Yeah.
It was a nicer Sierra somehow.
I think you would blow the fucking 4L60 out if you put anything more than 4,000 pounds behind it. But
If you looked at that 4L60 sideways, it would turn into a box of neutrals.
well, it's already. I can't remember what it weighed. I think the entire thing itself weighed almost 5,000, maybe five and a half thousand pounds.
It had to be deep in the 5s, dude.
Yeah, the
deep in the
Fleetwood-
5s.
That thing had the
Come on,
mass of a
man.
dying star.
Caprice wagons were like 5,600 pounds. That thing trumps a Caprice wagon.
And it was
the island of
Brougham.
Manhattan.
Yeah, the Brome. The Cadillac Brome.
It's fucking Long Island with a radio.
Yeah, that was a mobile zip code, is what that thing was.
When people talk about tax shelters, they're talking about, you know, like Liechtenstein and Monaco and whatever. Also, the Cadillac Fleetwood.
That can't be right. This thing is saying 44. There's no way in fuck that thing's 4,400 pounds.
Nah, that thing has to be deep 5,000 pounds.
Dude, yeah, 5,500 minimum.
Like,
There's no
I
way.
mean, here's the thing. If it's got a 7,500 pound tow rating, that means that whatever you're towing can be up to 2,000 pounds heavier than the vehicle.
Fuck it, we need to find somebody with one and then just take it to the fucking scales.
Dude, I want one still. Like, I can't believe I got rid of mine.
I can. I remember you telling me about it. I'm like, you need to get rid of this.
This is saying 44 to 45, and tow rating with trailer brakes is 7,000 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Good God.
What's the GVW of that car?
I like the fact that
Like,
that,
that's seriously, that thing could tow the same amount of weight as an early 2000s F-150.
yeah. And the hitch is like this far off the ground, so you gotta fucking hitch up to get to stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. My dad's got a hitch on his Grand Marquis, and he pulls his side by side with it, and that you have to have like a 6-inch like drop hitch upside down in order to get that bad boy to clear.
I remember, I think it was actually the event that I met Dave at, but it was a Midnight Drags drifting event, and there was this like cute old couple that had the Roadmaster wagon, which is the same thing, but wagon. And they towed their pink C3 Corvette to the track.
Yes,
several
Hell
I
times.
yes.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what's up.
I mean, there's guys all across the country that take old like A body and B body GM cars with hitches, towing race cars and trailers and shit like that. I mean, yeah, it's nothing new. Like, you can get a fat finned Cadillac in the 50s and you could haul a fucking double axle Airstream behind it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Was it safe? You know, we also didn't really give a shit about seatbelts, turn signals, and ashtrays, so
Yeah, was anything at 57 safe? No.
yeah.
But here we were. Lead in the gas, lead in the water, lead in the paint. Dude, you wonder why your parents are the way they are.
Also, I love the power specs of the LT4. 260 horsepower. Woo.
Question mark?
330 foot-pounds of torque at 3,200 RPMs.
Yep.
0 to
Maybe.
68.5 seconds. Top speed 108.
That's probably aerodynamically limited.
God,
Probably.
that is
Well-
mass limited.
Just the engine bay of that vehicle was just so much like you could. So when you pop the hood, which the hood is is bigger than our literal the patio we have out here.
Oh god, yeah. Our patio that is dominated by a fucking AC unit.
Yeah, you pop the hood, which is the size of a I don't know, Taiwanese apartment, and there was enough room to stand in front of the radiator, being before the bumper, and there was enough room to stand between the radiator and the engine.
God.
Yeah.
Hi, Christian.
Hi.
Ahoy hoy.
Yeah, no, I mean the hood on that thing was the fucking pod table. Just 32 square feet of glory. Weighed about as much too.
It had I still want one because it was such a an impractical car for so many reasons, but it had a fully electric front bench.
I
Which
mean,
is-
yeah, it was a Cadillac.
Peak
Come on, baby.
Americana.
Oh yeah. Dude,
Oh,
that's-
oh, baby, you want to slide a little closer to me? Oh, let's just recline this.
Let's
When the whole seat back just folds back into a queen size.
When there was the Cadillac had those little rear view or the C pillar lights, and they had vanity mirrors for the backseat passengers.
oh yeah, no, that they were intending you to either do coke or fuck in that thing.
I'm just saying I didn't
Probably
have
both.
Coke mirrors because I still admit to this day that the best mirrors in any car are the Countach's literal Coke mirrors.
I mean, the Jalpa had them too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did really?
Yeah, when I shot Derek
Don't slip
Edgington's,
on
yeah.
those. Yeah.
That's all we were doing. We were standing on the top of a fucking parking garage just making very loud cocaine jokes.
I mean, like one does in front of a white Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's what you do.
Remember the Lamborghini Countach.
Yep.
I haven't heard that for so long. Oh, what was the off-road race? The Lamborghini Urus off-road race that I made up?
I don't even remember.
It was off-roading in Italian, and I've mispronounced it wrong to make it funnier.
Well, to the Google.
And away we go.
I think what other yeah, because I've only owned 2 V8 cars. The Jeep and the Caddy. My first Jeep, my Wrangler.
It is
Fuori Strada.
Yeah, for a Strada.
The Lamborghini Urus Fuori Strada.
this is
I'm
Dying.
I'm just imagining. I don't even know. Who would we have drive that? What? Who would be our prime first place driver?
what for that ridiculousness?
Yeah,
Whistling Diesel.
Whistling Diesel versus. Yeah, let's throw in a $300,000 off-road prepared.
Well, it's probably going to be Whistling Diesel versus Diesel Dave.
Probably.
Third place would be Cletus McFarland.
Uncle Cleet.
The Oak Leader.
And for some odd fucking reason, Arnold Schwarzenegger was really, really, really about it.
Well, yeah, because he just wanted to run
Yeah.
over one with his Unimog.
Yeah. Come on.
He rolls up in his H1 to hop in a Lamborghini.
I actually don't... Does Arnold actually own an H1?
Yeah.
He did. I don't know if he still does, but he did.
I know he has a 4-door Unimog.
Yeah, he had
Fucking
he was
massive.
was
he
the
was
first
one of
one.
he was one of the first to own a civilian H1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So-
also pretty sure he has a 918 Spider as well, too.
I mean, he probably has a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
Well, the 918 Spider, I think, is I remember a video, or maybe it was a Carrera GT. I can't remember what it was, but it was a video of him in a backlot smoking a cigar, and then
Oh.
him going off about My wife lets me smoke a cigar because her dad smoked a cigar and her dad smoked a cigar. And if you pussies aren't going to smoke a cigar in front of your girl, you're a fucking pussy. And then promptly hops in $1 million car and smokes a cigar.
No, he's got a lot of things, including an
surreal.
illegitimate child, the moon-faced boy.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and look up, if you don't know this, go ahead and look up Arnold's illegitimate son.
What does he look like? Really? Does he?
He looks a lot like Arnold, but just like Bizarro Arnold. There's a reason we refer to him as the moon-faced boy.
Huh.
But fuck.
Which one is him? Do we know which one he is?
What? Which one is Arnold's illegitimate son? The
Dude,
one that
that guy
fucking
looks-
looks like Arnold.
That dude looks like fucking Arnold.
Yeah, there you go.
You look at all the other kids that he has, and they all look like normal human beings. And then you look at his the other one.
Yeah,
Well, I'm screen sharing this. I'm sorry, I'm screen sharing this.
yeah.
Hold on.
God,
Yeah, I haven't bothered to look this one up.
31 minutes in, we're finally getting messy.
Screen
It's
share.
a record.
Let's fucking do this, boys.
Hell yeah.
Ah, shit.
Just look at this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like his other kids look like normal human beings,
Yeah.
and then this dude, like,
And
look
the,
at
the fucking moon-faced boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gosh, I fucked it up.
Yes, you did. You did. But yeah, like,
He just looks like.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, everybody else looks normal, and then you got this one guy that's
in Brazilian. Fuck.
My
Hold
God.
on. We gotta come back. Hold on.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Nailed it.
Yep.
Yep.
There it is.
Fucking
There it
A,
is.
man.
Oh, sorry. Last one. Oh my God, the last one.
Like father, like son. Look at that.
Okay, I gotta
Perfect.
close this tab. Or I'm gonna keep looking at.
Yeah,
these.
you got it. That's not a rabbit hole you want to go down.
Hey, what did you do last night? I looked at photos of Arnold Schwarzenegger's illegitimate child. It's the pride of my life right now.
God.
Wow.
Oh man. Shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Was that useful enough for you guys?
Yeah, that was
Great.
plenty useful. That was fucking great.
Hey,
Yeah.
Christian, did you buy your Jeep?
Christian's buying a Jeep.
You're supposed to buy a Jeep.
Christian's
Kind
still
of
with us.
cheap.
You don't remember that whole SEMA chat thing?
I've had the SEMA chat muted for a while. I've had a
think
lot
I've
of I've had a lot of group chats muted for a fucking while.
I feel like we should rename this podcast not Listen to Us Talk, but it should be Listen to Us Cut Each Other Off Repeatedly.
I mean,
It's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be even worse when we're in the same room together. It's gonna be so much worse.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be so bad. I'm really fighting the latency here. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be better in that we're not fighting latency, but also worse because it's gonna take us some time to get used to it.
it just means I could throw beer bottles at Zach again.
Not in my goddamn house. I gotta say shit like that now.
Not in my goddamn house.
Fine, cans.
There we go. Be respectable.
Okay, all right.
Respect
We're not
the property.
sweeping up any broken glass, but we're definitely going to be wrinkling some tin.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They're like, I won't tell that story. I'll tell that story off podcast. But I had a
Oh, fucking Zach, get messy.
so one of the things you'll have to endure while you're up here, Mike, is so there's the door right there, which then leads to the bathroom.
Uh huh.
Between the bathroom and this door, there is a dent in the wall. It's about yay big.
Okay.
Roughly
That's-
torso sized.
No, that's Jackson's ass size.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is this? Why do I have a feeling this is something that can be easily fixed, but you just haven't had the wherewithal to do it?
It's not that bad. Only when you like actually look at it, you're like, oh yeah, it's still there.
Well, I'm just gonna hang a picture over it.
It's about 4 inches off the ground.
I'll just put a lamp in front of it.
You can also get it fixed too. I don't really give a shit. It's just funny because I haven't seen it for like a year, and I'm looking over at it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's mass print."
Should get you a lava lamp and a desk.
I mean, there will be a desk in that house, as God is my witness.
No, only improvised shelving units.
Fuck no.
Man, cinder blocks are getting expensive these days. Don't you dare tell me you're going to put plywood across them. That's gold
sir,
right now.
Sir, I regret to inform you, we are 6 cinder blocks short.
There will be no children's hospital. I'll inform them.
Hey, you lined me up so perfect. I knew Mike was going to fall in line on that one.
Oh, we're just out there chopping.
Bless.
Well, on a different topic, which I don't know, this may be a rabbit hole for a conversation. So, we all get like a wild hair. We all look at Zillow and look at things that we absolutely can never afford. My thing is looking at houses on Sotheby's in other countries. And so I'm looking at Sotheby's, I'm looking at villas and wineries in France. Mm-hmm. And something I looked at about 4 or 5 of them. I looked at the listings. I read through the listings, just fantasizing. Yeah. And something, like here in the U.S., you look at a house listing and it's like, 6 bathrooms, 2-car garage, central AC, and carpet, right? Those are like normal, pretty standard things on the listing.
Yeah.
4 out of the 5 I looked at had the quantity of bottles could be stored in the cellar on the property.
Well, yeah, I mean that's important to some buyers.
I mean, I don't give a fuck how many shitters there are. Tell me how many bottles I could put down there.
Yeah.
So the one place had a 20,000 bottle wine cellar, and of course, no photos of it. I'm like, I want to see what 20,000 bottles looks like.
I mean, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It probably looks just like a fucking dank, unfinished basement with shelves.
But
and that's it.
So we're going to roll with my fantasy a little bit more here because there is a car topic in here. We got to hold on, buckle in, strap in.
Real quick before you get going on this, if you ever have the chance, go on the Parade of Homes.
Oh, really?
Because I went to the one in St. George with my ex a few years ago. Man, you will never get so uppity with other people's fucking money after you've walked through a few like $4 million homes, and you just start noticing shit. Yeah.
So I think we all have our own variations and levels of like, what would I do if I had just ungodly money, like top 1,000 Forbes list money, like plus $1 billion money. And we all think about what we would do. And I think we'd want to travel into the world. So I'm looking at these houses like, where would I want to live in Stockholm? So let's look at houses in Stockholm. Or like, let's find an apartment in Tokyo. Let's see what that would look like. But also, I like cars. And so like, I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to name a couple places. Oh, I jumped ahead of here a little bit, sorry. But okay, Italy, you got to have a garage and you got to have cars that fit the vibe.
Uh-huh.
And you got to have cars that like you think would just like, it's like music. Like, we all have different music for different vibes. Like, I'm feeling all sad boy. I'm going to listen to fucking, I don't know, Suicide Boys. I don't know. Is that sad boy shit? I don't know.
But we'll just roll with it. You're the child here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'm like, okay, well, this nice villa has a $20,000 bottle cellar in the basement. I'm gonna get myself a long wheelbase California.
Okay.
That's gonna be my driving around the villa car. So, do you guys think of this, or am I just fucking weird as shit and have too much time on my hands?
No, I've often thought about, not if I had like that kind of ungodly money, but like what I would do if I had enough money that I didn't have to like worry about money for myself or several generations of my family, but not like,
next level fuck you money.
Yeah, like that next level of fuck you money where like we all know like the same like rich fucking people who think they're really doing it, but I'm talking about like the kind of money where I can look down my nose at them, but also still be looking up at some people.
What you're describing to me is the kind of money that is not going to turn yourself into a Bo Burnham song.
Yes. Yeah? I don't know. It's...
That tracks. That tracks.
Yeah, like the amount of money where I'm just like, cool. Like, half a bill or whatever,
Right.
like 9 figures in the bank, earning interest, doing stuff, becoming more money, And it's what I would want to do is I would want to go to some place that's like super affluent and like all the rich wealthy people. That's where they go. But I could just be like another fucking dude in a Ferrari, like that kind of
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
be anonymous with like a speciale.
Because like my whole thing is like the picture world I have built in my head is like, okay, well, like I got like 15 homes across the world. I want to go be in LA for 4 months and then get bored and then go to Stockholm and then London and then Tokyo or whatever. And like I keep thinking about it, I'm like, I don't want anything flashy. I'm not being like I'm going to roll up in a Zonda because like fuck that. I don't want to be that person. But where was I going with this? But like if you want to ask me like what home are you going to have in New York? I can tell you, Penthouse 1 Walker Tower, New York.
Okay.
Where we're going to live in LA? The guy who owns Magic Jack, his house.
Okay. The Magic Jack dude is fucking rolling in it? Wait, so, Magic Jack is a dude started... Oh my fucking god.
Let me finish here. Do you know how I know this? Because his garage is the model they used to model the garage in Iron Man. The garage of his house.
Jesus.
That weird like come down ramp to a big open area.
So Tony Stark is not Elon Musk. He's the Magic Jack guy.
He's the Magic Jack guy.
Fuck.
And he's best friends with Guy Fieri.
This is amazing. Really?
I don't know. I'm
probably
spitballing to this point. Fuck
I don't know.
Probably.
Honestly, I'd be best friends with Guy Fieri if I had money like that.
Yeah. No,
I'd be like, take me to Flavortown every night, dude. Come on.
Dude, if I had serious fuck you money, Dave, I think you know where I'm going to be going with this. I'm not buying necessarily homes or cars. I mean, I want to have a home and I want to have some nice cars.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to have a fucking submarine. A submarine with defensive capabilities.
Yes, we have had a previous nerding podcast about this one.
That went off the fucking rails real quick.
I mean, it was like 7 minutes in, we started talking about weird shit.
We started talking about like scale, like RC stuff. I had to go do something, and I came back 5 minutes later. Yeah, did you know you can buy like a fucking submarine? What?
Am I going to be the guy working on the engines in your submarine?
I mean, only if you want to, Dave. Only if you want to.
Sign me the fuck up.
All right.
So apparently, Daniel Borislow is Magic Jack guy. He now lives in Miami, and when you type in his name and the letter H, multiple horse racing topics pop up.
Okay.
I mean, how do you think the guy kept his money? I mean, he's in Florida for a reason. I'm sure he's probably laundering it somehow.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, let's be real. It's not all Cuban cigars and used cars out there.
No, God, that is a town built upon cocaine.
Just got tangled up, bro. Just got tangled up.
Do you know who owns it now?
Oh, God.
Alicia Keys.
Owns Magic Jack.
No, owns the house.
Oh, the house. I was like, whoa, hold on. What?
She is fucking diversified in weird ways.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, okay?
No, that's fucking rad, though.
I'm trying to find a photo of the garage because the garage is just like this, like. No, I don't know. No, fuck off. I don't know. It's an insider article talking about how they would actually sell. Fuck this, I don't care. Hold on.
Well, while you're doing that, years ago on the thing that this used to be, the Camcast, I put forth this fun little like thought experiment to Dave, and it was when like the Powerball was like $500 million.
Yes.
So you'd be walking away like if you just took the lump sum, even with taxes, you'd still be walking away with 9 figures.
Yeah.
So it wasn't what cars would you own? It was you can have a fucking warehouse full of the rarest shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But on your property, you could only have 5 vehicles. What would they be?
And I don't even remember what that choice was.
I remember 2 of mine. I had like a stubby. No, I remember 3 of mine. I had a stubby like Ram 3500 because I needed to drag shit around.
Fair.
You know, and also fly under the radar. A first gen Raptor, because why not? Oh, Jesus.
Are we sure that's not the Tony Stark garage?
That was
Oh,
a
La
studio,
Jolla.
but
Holy shit.
they modeled this. There's also this house. Also, it has a fucking conversation pit theater.
Welcome to my TED Talk. We're here to watch a movie.
And then there's
We're
one-
here to watch white chicks.
Where is it?
I love how the address is La Jolla Farms Road. What is being grown in La Jolla?
I mean, probably at one point in time, citrus? I don't know. Almonds? Do we want to continue as Zach?
Look right there. There's the entrance to the garage.
Man.
The fact that it was just shy of $21 million is honestly
Oh
surprising.
no!
to me.
Oh no! It's 114 million dollars now.
Oh.
Oh, interested. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, that is a fucking... Oh, God.
I think it sold for
The Razor House.
the Razor Residence.
Jesus. The fact that it has a name like that, that's something that America is sorely lacking.
Wow.
This says 30 million. Alicia Keys buys Wallace E. Cunningham's. Oh, I guess it did just. Oh, it sold in 2019 for 20 million. Okay, maybe I'm losing my mind. But
Huh.
Jesus.
yeah, this is where I would live if I had fuck you money and wanted to live in La Jolla.
Man.
I mean, if I had fuck you money, I would probably want to stay as far away from La Jolla as possible.
For real.
I feel
Well,
like
but-
Southern California or New York City are probably two of the easiest places to quickly become poor if I had
Yeah.
that kind of money.
But
Oh, yeah.
you know, if I live here, like the garage is going to be full of like not hypercars. It's going to be like, oh, here's a 4-door Lincoln Continental convertible. Here's a fuck, I don't know, like.
Here's something we took a Sawzall to make a convertible.
Here's the thing. I would probably have a several 100-acre ranch in, like, western Colorado.
Oh,
Or I'd probably have some type of, like, Mexican-style villa on dozens of acres in, like, I don't know, northern Arizona or something like that. You know, and then just have a bunch of cool shit strewn across the country.
So there's a weird small tangent, but it's on that same note. There's a TV show called Succession. Recommend
Ah,
everyone. It's
Fuck
amazing.
yeah.
Have you seen Succession?
I've seen a few episodes. Shit,
Oh, it's
yeah.
fucking great. But there's like this. There's a half brother in the family. The family, they basically own Fox News Network, but it's not. But it's the same thing. Believe it, whatever. Just roll with the fantasy here, okay? But the family has a half brother, and he's always talking about like he has this little farm and like he's like living like below his means, and then they finally go to his house, and it's like this like giant, just massive like farm complex. Like they don't do any farming on there. I think they maybe grow aloe vera or something or some shit like that. But it's funny because it's like I don't know, it's a weird tangent. But it's like he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dude.
I had a point to that, and it kind of fell apart.
It's all right. Oh, dude, I'd love something just like a British like country manor, you know, like fucking think like Lord March's house.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, with a driveway that you can race up.
Yeah, I was even thinking, like, you know, some southwestern villa with a track around it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like like Rod Millen's house.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that's
definitely Lord March vibes. Yeah, so you could send out parchment invitations to people.
Yeah. Occasionally declare war on the neighbors.
Right, exactly. Because fuck them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I would be fully exercising my Second Amendment right to own like fucking artillery pieces. It's in the Constitution. Tell me where I can't own a howitzer in the Constitution.
On this
Fucking
episode of the
asshole.
Hoonigans, we go over to Michael Chandler's house. We're going to go play on his tank gunning range.
Okay, Arlie Erman.
Hi, I'm Yom, and this is Jackass. M1 Abrams fires off in the distance, shakes some dirt off of a tree.
The thing that always got me about Arlie Erman is he would
Arlie
use
Erman?
9 mils as earplugs.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see that, Dave?
I have,
Dude,
yes.
he was wild. Like the whole reason he ended up becoming Gunnery Sergeant Hartman was he was like the technical advisor for that part of
Like He was
Yeah.
the man that straight lived that shit.
Yeah, but he was just like, no,
he
he
invented that shit.
Yeah, but like he showed up with like a uniform. He's just like, well, this is like how it's done, and they had somebody else cast for that role. It was the dude in the fucking helicopter, like the first scene in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, but Arlie Erby did such a fantastic job, just like demonstrating what was supposed to happen. Kubrick was just like, nope, your job now.
Hell yeah. Hartman, you're flying the copter now. This guy,
Exactly.
you're Hartman.
Exactly. Well, yeah,
Love
no, fucking it, yeah, just be like,
But but back to the car things. I have my penthouse in New York, and I'm thinking about cars I would want to drive in New York. And the thing that keeps coming back to my mind is like, I just want like a Fiat 500 to Barth, because like
Okay.
it's New York. Like I don't want to like drive a big car through New York.
I mean, if
I'm-
it's New York, you're gonna
Oh.
get smashed into the fucking curb if you're driving in a Barth.
yeah,
Fuck
you
it.
don't know.
I got billions. I'll leave 4 in the garage. They're fucking like Pez's at this point. Little Pez dispenser.
You're talking about penthouses and garages? No, son, that's not how this works.
Nah. Ooh, Christian. He bought a $20 bone-in ribeye, and the regret he feels after eating it is insurmountable.
Is it because it was $20, or is it because it was a bone-in ribeye?
Like, where's the regret coming from, buddy? No, whatever. No, if you're going to be like really rich, you have to do what Vijay Mallya, former owner of, I think it was like Kingfisher Airlines and the Force India F1 team, what he used to do when he needed to garage one of his Ferraris for like a month. Oh, it was a really bad cut. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but what Vijay Mallya would do is he would go to like just a bank, like a nicer bank, but just a bank at the end of the day. And he'd be like, yeah, I just need to get like a $1,000 loan. Here's my car as collateral. Here are the keys. And so then he would disappear. Like he would go off and do like business. Like he'd be gone for 2 months. And he had the car parked in a climate controlled secured garage for like $1,200, which is like a quarter of what it would have cost him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
pay the note on the interest. Of
Yeah.
that, and then you
Yeah.
pay it off early or whatever. Pay it off, and then be like, "Hey, I want my collateral back."
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, here's.
And the
Yeah,
bank is obviously going to take care of something like that.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, they're just So he's just like he would do that all the fucking time. It's just wild. And then he got busted for fraud.
The lifestyle I want is, if you guys haven't checked it out, I will send links immediately after this podcast, and same with people in the chat, is the tax the rich lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that, Dave?
I have.
I'm going to take the rules and just, I don't know, power slide down this grassy hill at 80 miles an hour. Just,
Yeah.
I need that kind of property. So somewhere out in Wales.
There you go. Man. No,
I fuck
yeah.
with that.
That would be, yeah. I mean, like, country home of some variety on just, like, enough land where I don't have to worry about ever seeing my neighbors unless I really want to see them.
I mean, really, just buy out your neighbors, so then you have nobody to complain.
Yeah, there it is.
Buy out all the homes surrounding your property, and then rent them out to people who you know aren't going to be pissed at you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just buy, like, just go to, like, Ivory Homes and just be like, yes, this thing that you're building, I want to buy it. This planned community? Yes. No, finish it, but just don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about selling it. I'm good.
Just be like UMC, like I need the names and addresses of everybody who has filed a formal noise complaint.
Oh, Jesus.
I wish to purchase their homes.
Oh, Jesus. Christian is having an evening. Luckily there's sweet cherry cheese rolls for me to fill this void. I'm pretty sure I might end up eating the whole fucking thing right here in the kitchen. Here in the goddamn kitchen.
I mean, do it, dude. I haven't had a kitchen table for almost 2 years now. Literally, my whole life is right here in the fucking kitchen.
I'll give it to Christian. He has a pretty nice little kitchen setup at his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish I had a pantry.
Pantries are big time. I'm not gonna lie.
I had to move a dresser into my kitchen walkway so that I could place my microwave somewhere.
Oh God,
I have pots and pans sitting on top of my microwave
there it is.
Why don't you put them in the dresser?
because the dresser is full of other shit.
Oh, okay.
God.
I took a modular shelf apart and stuck it on my counter, or what's left of my counter, so that I had a place to put my Tupperware and my noodles.
Shit.
Christian, I still want to buy your server.
Okay.
Nerd.
I'm running out of storage here. This content creation shit's hard.
Yeah, it does that.
I've got 5.
Buy it.
But-
It's yours.
But money, you want a good price for it, but it's still money I don't have.
There you go. You need more TVs.
I've got one for you guys. Real
Okay.
quick, just a quick think tank, something or other, just while we're closing up shop here. What is one car you would buy in today's market right now that you think will appreciate within the next 5 years to some just astronomical level?
Like a car that's currently new.
No,
Or-
I mean like something that's
Okay.
like something that's about to start trending, or something that maybe has hit the bottom of its parabola and is now
Okay.
working its value back up. So I know like the rad stuff is in right now.
Yeah, the rad stuff's in right now. And
Corvettes are kind of making it hot again. All the '80s like turbo Buicks and shit are really popping off.
Yeah.
Some of the weird collector '80s and '90s stuff, thanks to Radwood, is really kind of coming back into play.
Oh yeah. 996s have like gone like their bottom is long past. They're on the way
Yeah.
up. 997s too. Like
Yeah. Oh,
the 997.
Christian's got a good one right there, just straight out the gate. Jeep,
Any Jeep. Yeah.
any Jeep.
Oh god, yeah.
I mean, even looking at Cherokee prices lately is kind of insulting almost.
I'm gonna go with Tacomas. I saw today on TikTok a dude posted his second or first gen Tacoma facelift, an 02 TRD crew cab, short bed, auto, good red, good interior, decent miles, like 140,000 miles. He wants 25K for it.
Mm.
That's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, I think he's a little high. I think maybe 18 might be the point for that. But Tacomas,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
anything off-road built by Toyota pre 2006.
Okay.
Okay.
You were saying
So-
996, Mike?
996s. Oh no, I was saying they've already come off their bottom quite a
okay,
bit.
Okay.
No,
I get you.
God. The other Saturday morning when I was leaving the skate park, Todd Ainsworth came in. He was dropping his son off at skate camp. My friends are now old enough to have children going to skate camp,
I mean,
so that's a
that's a thing.
yep. But no, he just bought I think he bought a silver like 996 or 997. And
Okay.
he had been watching it for a little while, and in like a month and a half, the price went up like 10 grand.
Oof.
Yeah, so he just leapt on it. So no, those have already gone. So I've got.
I would say I've watched 996 prices go up as well too. Like
Oh yeah,
we've
No,
talked
they-
about this multiple times.
Oh yeah,
the
the 996.
P cars, they're really starting to get hot.
Yeah, like the 996 used to be able to catch one of those for cheap.
Like
You know.
almost 10 grand.
Yeah, like 10 to 15, you get yourself a good running and driving car. If you wanted a turbo, 20.
Right.
You know, but now it's just like, yeah.
God, I
You
think
can't buy-
when I met Gavin, so what, like 5-6 years ago now, maybe. I
Yeah.
remember, we were talking about this, and he was looking at like 993s and 996s for sub 20.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, because that was when 964s were like fucking hot.
Yeah, everybody still wanted a 964. The 993, like everybody was turning into race cars or shit like that. 996 is nobody's really fucking with because water boxers and shit.
Yeah, the 997 was still new enough that it still commanded a decent price.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, fuck.
And right now you can't get you can get a fucked up 996 for about 17 to 19,
Yeesh.
and a clean one that doesn't have a horrendous color combination like, I don't know, champagne on beige is like
Camry
20,
colors.
You mean the Country Club Special?
Yeah.
And these are all convertibles. Mostly autos are about 20 to 22. If you want anything with a black interior or black outside, and a hardtop and a stick, you're looking 22 to 25.
Oh yeah, like this. Yeah, trying to get a Porsche that isn't like a Boxster is insane.
Well, and that's the thing. Even Boxsters, even 986s are going up. Like it used to be, you could find a base 2.7 car
for like $5,000.
Yeah, exactly. And now you can't find one for under $10,000 on KSL right now.
Yeah, like it's insane. But
and then if you want an S, you add 5 to 10 more on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a Boxster S now is what the 997 went for a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, and it's wild. Like the Cayman is never going to. I really don't think the Cayman is ever going to see a bottoming out like that.
No, I don't think it will.
No, and I've got like 3 cars that I would pick up now, knowing that they will probably appreciate. There are 3, so I've seen a ton of these for dirt ass cheap, and I don't know why. Because I mean, like, okay, I kind of understand, but I don't fully grasp it. The C5 Z06. I've seen a ton of those go on Bring a Trailer for like $12,000 with like a fucking built motor, like
so
a fresh
Yeah, I think some of those take the hit because they were modified or because they were like raced or whatever. But I have noticed that as well. C4s are appreciating. C5 base cars are kind of just floating in the ocean. But the Z06s are really, they're kind of a hot commodity right now.
Yeah, like I mean, you can still find it for relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. And that's one that's going to go up because that was like the first proper like hot Corvette that wasn't something super hard to find, like the ZR1, the C4 ZR1.
Right, exactly. You're talking like Callaway cars or the King of the Hill, that kind of thing. Yeah, C4s of all grades are going up now. The C5s didn't really, like you said, they didn't really have anything special until the Z06.
Yeah.
And then a lot of that tech worked its way into the base C6 and a lot of other LS-powered offerings that GM had.
Yeah. So that's one of them. The other one is the E90 and E92 M3. Just because... Yeah. I mean, everybody was just like, oh, V8. It's like, that's a fucking glorious V8 1.
Yeah, I remember this. Everybody was super bummed out that it had an NA V8. They got, kind of strayed away from the 6-cylinders. And everybody was like, oh, well, fuck M now.
Yeah, but it was a fucking amazing car. Like,
oh, yeah.
The interior was great. I remember driving Trent's stepdad's Laguna Seca. Mm-hmm. Like, that thing was...
Oh, God, yeah. A Laguna Seca car is just next level.
Yeah, I mean, the interior was amazing. It drove just so fucking good. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a great car, and it is going to appreciate because of it being a V8 car. Like a V8 M car that isn't like a 5 or a 6 or whatever.
Right, yeah. I feel like a lot of the value now is when people, from people originally hating it when it came out.
Oh yeah, like everybody was doing the internet thing because fucking like somebody on whatever blog they were reading at the time was just like, oh no, this is garbage. Or like, oh yes, clearly it's garbage, and they have no idea what they're fucking talking about because they're just some fucking dude,
right?
Listening to somebody who is in all likelihood another fucking dude. What, they just have a blog that you read?
Yeah.
So there's that, and then I'm gonna say like the B8. Like S5 and that last S4 with the 4.2.
Okay, yeah.
Just because those things were like so much of a pain in the ass to deal with because the front crash structure was essentially that V8. Mm-hmm. Like let's
most
not
Audis.
Yep. God. But I mean, yeah, then right after that, it was like the S cars were the supercharged V6s, which are amazing. But I mean, it's a very different animal than that fucking V8. So
you don't get hit with that sledgehammer of Mercedes style torque.
exactly,
Those 4.2s had plenty of it. And they were still small displacement enough to be singers too. Like they made the good noises and horsepower up top, but they had the punch down low where it counted.
Yeah, and I mean, like the supercharged V6s. I mean, this is the shit that we sell. I mean, you can get real fucking rowdy with those things. Yeah. But
oh yeah,
man, yeah. I mean, they'll sound cool, but they won't sound as cool as that V8. So I think those well, technically 4 cars those would be ones I would be looking at. And this is just me saying that. I mean, I don't look at the fucking car market. I just be like, this thing's cool. What's it doing?
Yeah, I don't think any of us specifically track what things are doing or what things might end up going as. I know in my case, it's purely reactive. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, this thing that I was into 10 or 12 years ago, let's see if I can find one. And they're like 6 times the price.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, what originally sparked the idea actually was the other night I was cooking and was just kind of scrolling around on YouTube and Instagram and whatnot, and I ran into a video from a guy that I follow in the Honda community, who was talking about how K supremacy has really taken off, the J's have really taken off, right, and the newer cars in general. Right, and a lot of the older stuff is getting so hard to find now, especially like the J spec, the original export stuff.
Yeah. God, yeah.
And now they're commanding such an insane premium.
God,
he was talking to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I really don't like Sally McNulty. She's building an EK hatchback. Mm-hmm. She just bought a B18 C5.
It was probably $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I haven't asked her what she paid for it, but and she's wanting all of this stuff for it, like name brand stuff, non-rep stuff. And I'm just oh my fucking God.
I mean, yeah, good luck. I mean, 10, 12 years ago, when you and I were first in it, I mean, fuck, even longer now, 15 years now, I guess, that you could get a GSR swap with the trans and the harness and the ECU and all that shit. You could dump it into your car, $1,500. It was no big deal, right? Everybody did. Yeah, the B series was cheap. Guys were starting to yank, CRV B20s. Everybody still had a B16 laying around, shit like that, right? Engine importers are just dumping these things from across the pond.
Oh yeah,
and it was cheap. It was cheap, fun, cheap power. Whatever you want to call it, right? It was affordable. That's what was the whole allure of those cars.
Oh God, yeah.
And this guy I followed, he was talking about how he was like, oh yeah, I picked up an EK coupe, and I wanted to do kind of a little bit more of a period correct build, something that I would have done in 2005 or 2008, right?
Oh yeah.
So he's like, let me look for a GSR or a B16 or even like an EM1S iSwap, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking to a guy from H Motors, HMO, and he said, yeah, we've got one US spec GSR swap. It's engine, trans, and ECU, no harness. And it has 170,000 miles on it. It's crated up, ready to go if you want it. And he's like, oh yeah, well sure. How much is it? He's like, oh, we're asking 4,500.
Yeah. Jesus. Dude, it's the whole thing. I mean, Dave, I'm sure you remember everybody just trashing on SRs. That's because nobody knew how to fucking, 1, build them, and 2, drive a car with them in it. They're just getting fucking valve float, destroying the head, and they're just like, oh, this thing sucks. It's like, no, you can't fucking drive.
Right, exactly. Everybody was all about slapping the limiter at 15 pounds of boost on a bone stock car with 60,000 miles on it. That's not how they live,
Yeah, that's not how
they're allergic to stupid.
Yeah. But now, everybody's just like, oh, I want an SR. And it's just like, cool. Here's a fucking S13 SR, $6,500.
Right. On a pallet, ready to go, turnkey.
Yeah.
But $6,500.
Yeah. Or it's just No turbo, no manifold, just like
Right, it's a long block, a turbo long
Yeah.
block with a trans
Yeah.
attached to it, and it's just ridiculous.
yeah,
you
like
know,
no
the-
harness, no nothing. Yeah, like $7,000. It's just like fucking deal
Yeah.
with it. It's like
less surprising, the
Mike
US
is getting
spec.
angry.
Less surprising is like the twin turbo US spec 2JZ.
oh
right?
god, yeah.
That's
Dude,
that's
like-
a $12,000 engine.
Oh,
That
yeah.
doesn't even include the Getrag that you could get behind it.
Oh, dude,
the Getrag
like,
itself is another $10,000 now.
oh man,
If you have
Like-
a V160 in anything, Supra, IS300, Chaser, doesn't fucking matter. You ballin'.
yeah. Oh god, it's like
For the price of one used V160, you could have 3 or 4 built Tremex.
yeah, like it's god, yeah. This whole like people are now starting to realize these things and like.
Well, and
man,
a lot of it too is like, we've treated some of these markets as disposable for so long. The
Oh,
Honda
dude.
market is a perfect example, right? Oh, pull
Hon-
up a B16, grab another one.
The- Honda's E36 BMWs, like
Exact E36s are going up in price. I never thought
Yeah.
I'd see the day. They've made literal millions of them. They are a German Taurus,
yeah. Oh
and
god,
they are
like
skyrocketing in value right now.
God, I want to tell, like, I love Scott Chamberlain, but, like, he's fucking insane thinking that somebody won't spend the money to buy Basim's 328 IS. Everybody seems to think it's
I
just
mean-
a 328. No, it's an IS.
It
Like,
is.
you're forgetting that S at the end.
It's a nice car.
Yeah.
I think it's high priced, but I'm also
It-
talking. I'm coming from the point where it was a $1,500 car when I started drifting.
Oh, yeah. No, I
know.
am. Yeah, like, everybody keeps talking about, they're like, nobody's going to pay that much for a 328i. I'm like, yeah, but it's an IS, though. Like, it's already kind of a fucking rare bird.
Right, that makes
And
a
this was-
huge difference in
Yeah,
the
and this
German
was a-
car world.
Yeah, and this was a car that, like, 2-3 years ago, okay, yeah, you would have bought for next to nothing and slammed it into a wall and not given a shit about it, but it's like, this
Right.
thing has survived.
Right, and that's the thing is you see that in so many other markets, right? Like in the drift world, like S13s, right?
Yeah.
15 years ago, nobody was paying $2,000 for S13s.
No, you
Even-
pay $2
even
grand, you
SR
get
spots.
2.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can think of more than one person that was in the Drift Utah scene that was able to get in this state an SR swapped S13 coupe for $2,500,
Oh, God.
right? And now we're getting stock auto single cam hatchbacks with a little bit of rust, and guys are wanting 6 and 7K for them, and that's the going rate, right? People were always saying, "I'll never pay that much for this car," and now 15 years later, they're paying 6 times what it was originally being
Yeah.
talked shit for, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I'm just happy to have it."
Yeah.
And that's the thing. There's a price on nostalgia, and there's a price on disposable nostalgia.
Yeah, like, the stuff that was disposable is no longer disposable because we
Right,
fucking
that's-
threw... Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you have a CRX or an EF, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
An EF of any kind, right? It's at this point, it is a privilege to own a Honda like that.
Oh,
Because
God,
you
yeah.
cannot find the parts, and if you
Mm-mm.
do, you're paying the premium for them.
Yeah, like...
Like EGs. I mean, holy shit! You can still get
We got
cheap
Dave
parts
on a
and stuff
rant.
for them.
Dude, me and Dave are about to, like, go fucking off.
Like Mike and I really feel this because Zach, when you were shitting in your Huggies, we were building Hondas.
Yeah, like, we were fucking... Goddamn. All right.
Like, We gotta cut this thing, or we'll go all night.
yeah, we got
But
it. Goddamn.
that's my suggestion. That's my thing. Is the '90s, the JDMs, like the Hondas, the cheap ones to play around with.
Yeah,
And
like
then
the
off to a side note, like my '99 Power Stroke, right? A pre-emissions diesel. Those things are just skyrocketing.
Yeah. So
My truck
I mean,
with almost 300,000 miles on it's worth $11,000. Like, how?
yeah, I'm fucking hell, man. It's just FC prices have been going ballistic lately as well. Yeah, no shit, dude.
I'll probably never own another FC. I've owned 13 FCs, and I probably have been priced out of ever owning another one.
Yeah, the only rotary car I will probably ever own at this point in my life, if I choose to do this, is an RX-8. Like, I will never know the glory of like an FC or an FD.
Then I'll never know the glory of an FD shit. Even when I have FCs,
Oh,
I
Jesus.
never.
No.
And my first car, I've already completely written it off. I'll never see another 79 RX-7 that I can afford.
Oh yeah,
That's just how it is. I'm never going to see an SA that I can afford.
Yep.
God,
All
such
right.
a somber, aggravating note to end on, but here we are.
Hey, Listen,
Sorry, I felt the lull and I had to take advantage of it. I don't know.
it's all right, man. It's all right. We appreciate that. We need these things.
There was some passion behind that one.
Yeah, God, man. All right. Well, folks, thank you for joining us. Zach, thank you for sitting through old men yelling at clouds.
Which,
I get used
side
to
note,
it.
I follow a guy on Instagram from Australia whose Instagram name is Old Man Yells at Clout.
Love
And,
it.
it's amazing.
That sounds fucking glorious. Yeah, thank you out there for joining us, Ben, Christian. We appreciate it. Sorry,
I
the
wonder how many
champagne is
people.
terrible.
I wonder how many people have actually listened like this deep in, right? They cut
I
you
have-
54 minutes of bullshit to get to the actual meat and potatoes of the episode.
Oh man, we are all filler, very little killer.
That'll be the next name of the next episode.
All filler, no killer.
80% filler, 15% killer, 5% preservatives.
Yeah,
And 100% name of the game.
There it is.
get out.
Thank you for joining us, folks. Follow me and Dave, our cheeky shenanigans and nerddom over at Nerding for Beginners.
Yes.
We're on all the social media platforms, but really check out the podcasts every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. We're doing D&D stuff, so definitely tune in.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, we've got the next 3 episodes our campaign. That's right.
Yep, and then
It's
we're
gonna
going
be
to
good
try
times.
and then we're going to try and get together Friday and record some stuff so we can get some stuff going into August.
Excellent.
Yes, which will be tremendously helpful because I need to. I'm moving into Zach's house, so I need to get shit set up. Yeah, so we gotta figure out the logistics, of all that shit. So,
Lots
Good
of
stuff. The
logistics.
good stuff.
oh yes,
Well, 2 of the people that are on this podcast with you have trucks, so we can.
oh
make
yeah,
this
no,
happen.
it's just one of those. It's just like you two, fucking Brandon. Like there are all sorts of people willing to help out on this thing. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's funny because they're not helping one person move; they're helping 2 people move.
oh yeah,
Ah.
Zach is moving into the basement.
He's
So-
moving into the basement of his own place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
What?
So it's-
what a guy.
it's yeah.
The basement's actually pretty lit. There are some major benefits to the basement.
Oh yeah. One of which,
I'm getting. I think it's nearly like I think it's an 800 square foot just storage room.
yeah, like there's some decent space in here. Like when I said earlier, I've seen into the inner sanctum. Like the bedroom that is going to be mine is like far bigger than any bedroom I've had.
It's like 600 square feet.
It is a big fucking room, and it also has a full-on walk-in closet.
So what you mean to tell me is that room is 100 square feet larger than my entire apartment.
Yeah.
Man, fuck the both of you.
Well, we also pay. I think it's $1,500 or $1,600 a month for this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 1,000 for my 500 square feet of fuck off. So
Jesus.
We have
Yeah.
two staircases here.
I have to climb up at least one to get to it.
Oh my god, Benjamin. Do you have a tank full of gentle cuttlefish in your inner sanctum? Fuck.
I'm not answering
Pro-
that.
Probably. Let's be real.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's shut this thing.
Yeah, we need to shut this down. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Christian. Sorry about the champagne. We will be
Yikes.
back next week for Christian's been messaging me like just directly.
Yeah, same.
So yeah. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week. I don't know, maybe me and Dave go on a rant for an hour.
I mean, let's fucking send it, man. We can wax poetic about the nostalgia and how fucking expensive it is.
There we
So-
go.
I'm sorry, we are ending.
Yeah, thank you for showing up at the end. We appreciate it.
That's okay. Sometimes we do the same thing.
Yep. All right. For Dave and Zach, I have been Mike. Thank you for joining. Good night.
Adios,
Bye.
amigos.